Hello again, and welcome to this tour of the 2-minute challenge results program. So this all came about when I was in a school, and this year 2 class had a 2-minute challenge on number bonds every day, and teacher was just recording it on paper and not getting any information about how the class were doing, how the genders were doing, how individual children were doing, unless she just looked at it for a long time. So I decided to make this program. This is the dashboard sheet, which has got averages, top 5, bottom 5, and the top scores. So whoever scored the top scores the most times, and the top score was 42 for this one. Two graphs, one showing the average scores per test by gender, and I've also factored in how many boys there were for each week and girls are in for each week, so that it got a fair average. And then the other one is better than a previous day, so I looked at day 2 scores, and if they'd increased they got a green cell. If they stayed the same they got blue, and if they decreased their score then they got a red. This happened on day 3, so day 3 looked at day 2's. So this graph is showing you percentages for each. So on the first set of figures here shows 81% of children on day 2 increased their score, 4% just stayed the same, and 15 decreased their score. Then on day 3 the other scores you can see there. Onto raw data. This is where you put all your names of the children, the genders, the groups, and you put their individual score for each day. A means away. If the child scored the top score 42, it will be automatically coloured in green. The max, min, range, total, average, 42 and ranking class are all done automatically, don't need to touch those. I've got a couple of other tables here to look at. This is called the 100%, this is called a percent correct heat map. So Aris on day 1 scored 36% out of his total score, and he could see he got to 67% on day 6. Whereas you see Poppy 17% on day 1, and then by day 7 she'd got all the questions right. Next table is rank in class. This is showing improvement. So Aris was a 9th best in rank day 1, and by day 7 he was still the 9th, whereas Poppy, she was 14th on day 1, and then she rose to the top spot in day 7. This last map is better than the day before heat map, which is another representation of the graph you saw on the dashboard page, but here it's shown individually. So Aris has scored, out of the 7 days, 3 of those days he's increased his score from the previous day, and 3 of the days he's decreased his score on looking at the previous day. Again, Poppy, she increased her score 4 times out of 7. One day she stayed the same, and 1 day she decreased. And they're the percentages as well. 50% were increased by Aris, 50% were decreased. On to alpha. This is the alphabetical order with the averages and how many tests they did. This is the 5s sheet, which shows the averages, top scores, and the bottom 5 averages. This is the average, but this is per group. So group 1, 2 and 3, and their averages, percentage and their test score. This is the gender sheet, which shows you the total scores for each gender, how many were in class particular day and the average scores for that particular day. And this is the class, the whole class statistics better than a previous day, as shown on the dashboard. This is the feedback sheet, which you could cut out and give to each child per day. This is showing Aris's whole scores, his min, max and range. That's about it really. Thank you very much for looking at this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.